Yun. Magandang gabi. We're doing a live based on your suggestion on the affidavit na sinubmit po ni Bikoy kanina sa, wow, labo ng ilaw. Sandali. While we're doing that, let's do a sound check. There you go. Sorry. Alright. The live is to discuss the affidavit that was submitted by Bikoy. So, i-discuss muna natin exactly kung ano yung mga nakasulat doon. Well, as exact as we can reconstruct it based on the news reports. So, nasa na yan? August 18, lumapit daw si Bikoy kay Father Aliejo dahil nagka-problema siya sa isang event. Apparently, nakadispalgo siya ng pera. So, hinire siya ni Father Aliejo, identified naman niya, bilang personal research assistant niya at kung ano-an iba-ibang kautusan daw ang kanyang duties. Ang labo ng ilaw ko, sorry. Okay, there you go, better. Alright, ang sweldo niya 25,000 kada buwan, pero nung kinalaunan ay in-increase naman po ito to 30,000. Tapos, nung August 27, pinakilala siya ni Father Aliejo kay Jonel na Chief Security ni Trillanes para makatulong daw sa problema niya sa pera. Okay. Kasama niya ang in-identify niya yung tao as either Jonel or Jerome. Tingin ko kaya yung ilaw. Letter. Sunod pa rin. So, yun. Okay, sige. So, at di umano'y tumitindig na security ni Senator Trillanes. Tapos, may hinahanap sa kanya daw ng mga dokumento na dala-dala, na sabi mga dokumento, monthly distribution of the alleged quadrangle syndicate at draft affidavit dated 2016. Inabot ko na ito agad kay Senator Trillanes. So, tinanungan siya tungkol dun sa dun sa mga dokumento pertaining dun sa drug syndicate that is linked to him. Tinanong siya inabot niya ito din sa kay Jonel at tinignan niya ito. Tinanong siya kung validated na ba ito. 2 days later, pinakilala siya ni Father Aliejo kay Senator Trillanes after meeting Jonel. Or Jerome. At tinignan ni Senator Trillanes yung mga dokumento that are pertaining doon sa kanyang affidavit na pinag-uusapan ni Senator Tito Sen. Okay? At yun. Natapos sinabi ni Senator Trillanes kung pwede, kukunin daw niya yung mga dokumento, dadalhin muna niya para i-validate. Tapos daw yung kanilang usapan ng August 30, 2018. Okay. Tapos October 11, nag-usap uli sila ni Jerome. So that's from August 27 to August 30, nag-usap sila ni Senator Trillanes at saka nitong Jonel. Bakit ang labo ng video ko? Pasensya na ha, malabo talaga yung telepono ko ngayon. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. I don't know where the other light is coming from. Please, can you turn off this light?
Turn off?
Yeah, kasi ang labo ng ilaw nagbabounce. Sandali, ayusin natin.
That's weird. See?
Yun, better.
What?
Yeah, so much better. There, okay, yan, better. So, hanggang August 30, tapos ang next na pag-uusap nila ay October 11, 2018. Noong October 11, 2018, pinatawag siya ni Father Aliejo. At nandun daw si Jerome, doon sa Ateneo de Manila sila. Nag-usap sila ni Jerome/Jonel sa view deck ng Loyola School of Theology. Doon sa Loyola House of Studies, sa loob ng campus, pinag-usapan nila yung documents na binigay niya doon kay Senator Trillanes noong nakaraang August. Ngunit, nung binalik sa kanya, iba na daw yung nakalagay. Yung affidavit daw ay tumutukoy na doon sa pamilya Duterte at kay Senator Bongo. Noon ay sinabi sa kanya ni Jonel yan ang dagdag trabaho mo. Yun daw yung words ni Jerome/Jonel. Kasama ng mga dokumentong may tara at may mga pirma. Sabi din Jonel, aralin daw niya yon, aralin daw ni Bikoy yon, at aayusin nila yung problema niya sa pera. So, February 9, umalis silang dalawa ni Father Aliejo. Sumakay sila ng Grab galing sa Jesuit residence. Pumunta sila sa Bishop House ng Diocese of Caloocan. Doon, nagpulong sila ni Bishop Pablo Virgilio David, or si Bishop Ambo ang tawag niya, si Senator Trillanes at yung kanyang Chief Security na si Jonel. Dito pinag-usapan kung ang gagawing ingay tungkol daw sa halalan. Sa nasabing plano, isinakatuparan ang isang social media presentation para sa isang political view na may layuning sirain ang pagkatao ng First Family at ni Senator Bongo upang maapektuhan ang magiging resulta ng halalan pabor sa 8 Diretso. So dito daw pinag-uusapan yung strategiya na gagamitin during sa elections para mapaboran ng 8 Diretso. February 11, 2019, nagpulong na naman sila this time sa De La Salle University sa Taft Avenue. At kasama nila doon sa meeting na yon si Brother Armin Luisto, si Eduardo Asherto, si Father Aliejo, Father Flavie Villanueva, Dan Songko, Yoli Villanueva Ong, Vicente Romano, yung Jonel at si Senator Trillanes. Sa pagpupulong daw, ayon dito kay Bikoy, ay natalakay yung mas malalim na pagpaplano kung paano pababagsakin daw ang Duterte administration, pati ang mga kandidato nila sa pagkasenador. May additional pa na meetings, February 15, bandang 1 p.m., nagpulong sila ni Father Aliejo at ni Senator Risa Hontiveros sa loob ng Loyola School of Theology, dito yan sa Loyola Heights, sa may Porter area, at pinag-usapan nila kung kailan mag-uumpisa ang pag-implement ng D-Stab plot via political view, yun yung words niya. Nagtanong pa nga daw si Senator Risa Hontiveros kung ano ang magiging contribution niya sa pagsasakatuparan ng plano na naging tugon ni Father Aliejo. Dumating din si Vice President Leni Robredo, I think, if I'm not mistaken. February 22, mga alas 7 ng gabi, sila daw mag-asawa ay sinundo ni Father Aliejo kasama si Tatay Ogie na driver ni Father Villanueva sa barangka, sa bahay Dagani. At nagtungo sila sa Loyola House of Studies, doon yon sa loob ng Ateneo de Manila, dahil nagpatawag si Trillanes ng emergency meeting na dinaluhan naman ni Father Aliejo, Father Villanueva, Trillanes at Jonel upang i-finalize yung D-Stab plot via political view. Yun yung term nila doon. D-Stab plot via political view. At sa araw din na yun, iprinisenta yung PowerPoint presentation ng Project Sodoma. Yun yung title. Utos ni Trillanes, by all means daw, bago mag-June 30, dapat tanggal na daw si Piduts, yun ang nakalagay, na ang itinutukoy ay si Pangulong Duterte. At si Leni na dapat daw ang Pangulo by June 30. Sa meeting na ito, pinangako ni Senator Trillanes na bibigyan niya ng 500,000 pesos itong si Bikoy bilang kabayaran sa kanyang serbisyo at pagsunod sa kanyang pinapagawa at sinang-ayunan naman ng buong grupo. After that, February 27 to 28, isinigawa ang pamimili ng mga gadgets. So, namili na dito si Bikoy sa yung mga gadgets, I suppose yung ginamit nila for the filming, pero malaki yung binigay sa kanya. Kabuo ang halaga daw ay 250,000 pesos. So, yun ang binigay daw ni Father Aliejo para dun sa technical aspect. So, namili siya sa Raon at sa Gilmore sa Green Hills noong February 27. Nung February 27 sa Raon, February 2 sa Green Hills. Lahat ng mga resibo ng kanyang pamimili ay itinabi daw niya. March 4, alas 4 ng hapon, nagkaroon naman ng pagpupulong sa loob ng Leong Hall ng Ateneo de Manila. So, at kasama ang mga kandidato ng 8 Diretso. At in-enumerate niya, Chel Jokno, Gary Alejano, Pilo Hilbay, Romy Macalintal, Samira Gutok, Bam Aquino, Erin Tanyada, si Mar Rojas lang daw ang wala. Pero kasama rin doon si Father Aliejo, si Vicente Romano, si Yoli Ong at si Dan Songko. Napag-usapan sa nasabing pulong ang mga gagawin at plano ng grupo tulad ng mga estratehiya sa kampanya at maging ang pailalim na diskarte o galawang katulad ng pagkakasatuparan ng Project Doma bilang na siyang pinakakonsepto. Yun yung yun nakalagay sa affidavit. Sa kasalukuyang pagpupulong nila, dumating daw si VP Lenny at nanatili ng humigit kumulang mga 10 minuto. So, nandun daw si VP Lenny noon nung pinag-uusapan ang Project Sodoma at ang konsepto nito. Nung March 5, mula 4 ng hapon ay aming hinakot yung mga gamit sa technical equipment mula dun sa Barangka papunta sa Ateneo de Manila University Facility Housing Room 2C. At ginamit nila ang sasakyan ng isang Toyota. Nung March, yun. At March 29, ginawa nila yung video ng Bikoy narco-serye. Ito ay ginawa sa loob mismo ng Ateneo de Manila University sa Jesuit Communication or JESCOM Sound Room, second floor daw siya. Okay. Nag-umpisa daw ang video recording nila, so nagbigay siya ng mga details. Ang 1 p.m. ng hapon hanggang alas 7 ng gabi ng araw na yon, yung mga taong kasama daw niya gumawa ng Bikoy narco-serye. In-identify niya isang Bong Enriquez na videographer, isang J.M. Saracho, yung narrator. Naroon din sina Father Aliejo na siyang nag-prepare ng lugar sa Jesuit Communications, si Vicente Romano na siyang nagbigay sa kanya ng script na binasa niya, at si Yoli Villanueva Ong, kasama rin siya doon sa araw na yon nung ginagawa yung video. Kasama rin daw yung si Dan Songko. Kinabukasan, April 2, mga alauna ng hapon, unang in-upload yung video episode 1 ng Bikoy ang totoong narcolist. April 4, mga alas 11 ng umaga, in-upload naman yung Bikoy narcoserye episode 2. April 7, mga alas 9 ng umaga, episode 3. April 12, episode 4. At 1 ng hapon, na-upload yung episode 5, April 24 naman, nang ini-launch nila ang tahitahing episode ng Bikoy narcoserye. Noong May 2, nag-meeting uli sila ng Project Sodoma team, kasama sina Attorney Teodoro Te. If this is Attorney Teddy Te, mali yung pangalan. Theodore yun. At si isang Attorney Chito para sa finalization ng exposure sa May 6, 2019. So, pati daw ang paglutang sa IBP ni Bikoy ay kasama dun sa plano. Sabi niya may additional siya na evidence, yung resibo ng mga equipment, yung usapan nila ng Chief Security ni Trillanes na itong si Jerome or Janelle, at ang susi ng Grove Condo kung saan siya itinago. Okay? So, yun ang laman ng kanyang affidavit. Ngayon, nag-deny na si Senator Trillanes at of course si VP Lenny nag-deny na rin. So, ang sinasabi nila is mostly na walang credibility naman itong si Bikoy and therefore he should not be believed. Well, alam mo yun, bare denial yun eh. So, as far as we're concerned, hindi yan considered rin kumbaga, it's empty. Walang ebidensya, walang kahit ano. Parang may sinabi ito, may sinabing no, patas lang yun. If pareho silang walang ebidensya. Ngayon, bakit mas mabigat para sa tingin ko, sa ngayon, yung sinasabi ni Bikoy? Well, may corroborating siya. One, yung affidavit niya may mga detalye. Okay, yung mga detalye na ito ay yung mga lugar, dates, times, at according to him, na keep niya yung, ang tawag nito, yung conversations niya with itong si Janelle o yung chief security niya ni Senator Trillanes, and he had several meetings with Senator Trillanes. In-identify niya yung lugar, in-identify niya yung mga kasamahan, meron siyang mga approximate times. So, kung tinabi ni Bikoy o ni Peter Advincula yung mga text messages o yung mga communications kung saan napag-agreean nila yung mga meetings nila, then that will constitute corroborative evidence doon sa kanyang sinasabi. Ngayon, ano yung possible crime dito? Well, of course, they were in conspiracy to commit inciting to sedition, or they were also in conspiracy to commit sedition. Kasi, yun nga, ang pakay nila dito, at maliwanag na sinasabi ni Senator Trillanes, ang pakay is matanggal si President Duterte sa pwesto at italaga sa pwesto si Vice President Leni Robredo. Okay? So, for me, currently, ang daming nagsasabi, okay, walang credibility itong si bikoy. Ano yung mga problematic areas para sa akin? Well, dun sa kanyang affidavit, dun sa unang bahagi, sinasabi niya na naitanong ni Senator Trillanes tungkol dun sa affidavit, tungkol dun sa Bicol Quadrangle. At ang sinabi niya, o sige, meron ako, nandito sa akin, itinurn over niya. Pero he was also very careful to say dun sa affidavit niya na yung affidavit na yon, yung tungkol sa Bicol Quadrangle at mga dokumento na ito, ay mostly inabot rin lang, isinubo rin lang daw sa kanya ng Bureau of Corrections na officials. Nakakaloka. In other words, medyo he has to cover up his tracks kasi ilan na ba ang kwento ni Bikoy? So first, meron siyang kwento tungkol dun sa Bicol Quadrangle kung saan dinawit niya si Senator De Lima et al., di ba? By the way, isa pala doon sa nakasama nila doon sa isang meeting ay isang attorney Phil. At itong attorney Phil daw, di umano, ay staff ni Senator De Lima. Naalala ko lang. Kasi nga nabanggit natin si Senator De Lima. So, according to him, doon sa original na kwento, for him to get out daw of the prison, ang original na kwento ni Tito Sen is that nilapit sa kanya yung storya na ito, yung storya na may alam itong si Bikoy that he worked for the Bicol Quadrangle, isang drug syndicate, at dawit daw doon sa drug syndicate ay si Presidente Noynoy at si Executive Secretary Jojo Ochoa at si Senator Laila de Lima. Possibly at the time because she was the DOJ Secretary. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ni Bikoy is, yung mga yon, yung storya na yon, isinubo lang daw ng Bureau of Corrections sa kanya. Remember, nung siya ay nagpresenta noon sa IBP at nagpa-interview later on, ang sinasabi niya ay yung storya na sinasabi ni Senator Tito Soto na inilapit daw sa kanya, idininay nitong si Bikoy na siya ay lumapit o nagpresenta ng mga storya na ito. Dininay niya everything, at sinasabi niya, kino-contest nga niya kung credible mismo yung mga yung staff ni Senator Soto na allegedly nag-coordinate sa kanya. Well, be that as it may, tinatanggi na ni Bikoy yung original na story na yon. O ngayon, bumaliktad na. He presented supposedly another story through ang totoong narcolist, this time the same story, different names. At dinawit na ang Duterte family at saka si Senator Bongo. Same story, same dog, different collar. Ngayon, ang sinasabi niya, itong second story ay gawa-gawa di umano ng isang conspiracy composed of Senator Trillanes, Father Alejo, it includes Senator Risa Hontiveros, Vice President Leni Robredo, supposedly Attorney Teodoro Te, ang sinasabi niya, or T, yung nakalagay, a certain Phil from the office of Senator Laila de Lima, yung si Bishop Pablo ng Caloocan, at iba pang mga pare. So, by the way, kasama din pala dun sa isang meeting si Chay Hofilenya ng Rappler. Sinabi niya yon dun sa kanyang affidavit. So, ulitin natin, sino-sino yung di umano'y kasangkot sa sinasabing, well, parang conspiracy. Hindi naman sinabi ni Bikoy yung word ng conspiracy, pero yung mga nagko-cooperate dito tungkol dun sa videos na nilabas niya. Ulitin po natin, Senator Antonio Trillanes, Senator Risa Hontiveros, Vice President Leni Robredo, isang attorney Phil na nasa staff daw ni Senator Laila de Lima, di umano si attorney Teodoro Te or T, isang attorney Chito, si Chay Hofilenya ng Rappler, at may ilan pa na mga pare. Of course, Father Alejo and others. Pala. At si Yoli Villanueva Ong. Si Yoli Ong, di umano, is with Campaigns in Gray, at she has handled the presidential campaign of Noy Noy before, at saka allegedly ay nag-handle ng kampanya, tumulong sa pagkampanya ng 8 Diretso. So, ayun, tama po kayo, muntik ko nang makalimutan si Yoli Ong. So, yung ano na to, yung maganda yung pagkalantad niya, no? Maganda yung pagkagawa ng affidavit niya. So, guys, wala akong ilalakas ng audio. Sorry. So, ang maganda dun sa affidavit niya, number 1, details. Dates. Tapos, it's supported by receipts, supposedly, conversations niya with the Chief of Security ni Senator Trillanes, at saka yung susi ng condominium kung saan siya itinalaga, kung saan siya nilagay. Okay? So, ano yung pakay nila? Ang pakay nila ay patanggal sa pwesto, mag-create kasi sila ng momentum. Okay, ang sinasabi ni Senator Trillanes, paano mangyayaring matatanggal ang Pangulo based on a series of videos? Alam niyo naman na this is only one part of it. Kumbaga, the whole plan really was mag-agitate ka ng taong bayan, magkukos ka ng agitation, ng galit sa Pangulo, mag-create ka ng ingay. Yung ingay na ito, coupled with the allegedly, may mga ibang sources natin na nagsasabing nag-active recruitment or nag-attempt na mag-recruit si Senator Trillanes sa military or sa mga retired officials or sa ibang mga officials ng mga sasali sa kanilang movement to help oust the president. Why is it plausible? Because they have tried it before. They keep trying it. In fact, ito ang naging main strategy ng kabila, is maglabas ng bad news about the president. Things like EJ case, he's sick and old and dying, bastos siya, balahura, mamamatay tao, and all of that, to try to rile up the public anger against the president. Ang hindi ko lang maintindihan, it isn't working na nga. With an 81% satisfaction rating, dapat alam nila by this time na hindi tumaandar o hindi, it's not working. The strategy is not working. Nevertheless, nobody has ever accused them of having brilliant strategies, so they keep trying to do this. So, they came up with this idea of linking the president and making him appear like he's the sole drug lord of the country, na kaya namamatay yung kaya nagkaka-drug war para italaga yung Pangulo at siya yung maging sole provider ng narcotics at illegal drugs dito sa Pilipinas. There's only one problem with that. Yung pagpapatakbo ng ating Pangulo is obviously very serious. You have free tertiary education, siniseryoso yung edukasyon, you have the Magna Carta of the Poor, you have laws on PhilHealth that the President is actively pushing for. Okay? So, titignan natin yung ibang mga yan. So, okay, you have this bikoy narco list. And then, pagpansinin niyo sa social media, at sino ba yung senador na nagsabi na yan? Sinasabi si Senator Trillanes very recently. Sabi niya, kiniklaim daw ni Duterte na itong mga bagong batas is all he's doing at nag-credit grab daw si Pangulo. But come on, let's face it, it's the President's priority bill, so pinilit niya matuloy yung mga free tertiary education, etc. No matter how much they try to claim it for Bam Aquino, it's not going to work. So all of these serious nation-building activities, the public infrastructure, education, health, environmental protection, all of these the President is doing on his side. If his main point was to become the prime drug lord of the country, then obviously he's doing it wrong. 'Di ba? Kasi unang-una walang sumisirit na balita tungkol doon. Ito lang. Pangalawa, bakit nagkakapondo yung bakit kaya pa ng mga senador i-derail yung ibang mga activities at saka fundraising for the government infrastructure project na di-derail pa rin, na nakakaangal pa rin ang opposition. If the president was really as strong as he is supposed to be, then there would be no need for all of these other things. He wouldn't even bother with nation building. Magpapayaman na lang siya ng magpapayaman. Okay? So, okay, let me check your So yun. Let's go back. Is bikoy's affidavit Is bikoy's affidavit credible? Well, is bikoy credible? The problem is that bikoy has changed the story so many times, kaya talagang madali para sa mga tao na erase yung issue na si bikoy is not credible. But that aside, all he needs to do is to present corroborating evidence para dun sa mga sinabi niya na ito. Now remember, dun sa affidavit niya, hindi siya nag-iisa. In some of the activities, nakalagay na maliwanag doon na sinundo silang mag-asawa. So it's not just him. Him and his wife. So his wife also is a potential witness for them. 'Di ba? So let's look at the evidence is the testimony of Bikoy, the possible testimony of his wife to corroborate on certain matters, the receipts for the equipment. If it totals 250,000, then that's strong evidence. Alam niyo kung bakit? This guy was running from the law and he had no job. The only job that was reported was yung trabaho niya dito kay Father Alia, was supposedly 25 to 30,000 pesos lang ang tinatanggap niya doon. So, saan siya makakakuha ng 250,000 pesos worth of equipment or money to buy 250,000 pesos worth of equipment? Yun. And then, of course, yung susi ng condominium. Again, how would he have a condominium if ito lang yung kanyang lifestyle? And then, of course, most damning of all are the conversations that he allegedly keeps regarding conversations niya with the Chief of Security of Senator Trillanes, and of course, yung positive identification niya of several people who were involved. Okay. So, okay, let me check on the on your questions. Okay. Dun sa nagsasabing hindi dapat pagkatiwalaan si Vicente Soto kasi ayaw niya bumaba sa pwesto. If you're talking about Tito Sen, corroborated po kasi yung kanyang testimony. Yung sinasabi niya na nilapitan siya ni Bikoy with another story. So actually, hindi major player si Senator Soto dito, pero meron siyang additional evidence dun sa story ni Bikoy. Okay? Tinatanong ni Patrick Tong, will it stand in court para po hindi ganun katibay ang evidence? They will just destroy his credibility. Wait! Why is credibility important for you? Credibility doesn't really matter if you have corroborating evidence. You see, testimony is evidence. That's why they call it testimonial evidence. But in order for the judge to uphold your story, it has to be corroborated. It gets stronger if your story is corroborated. So remember that Bikoy was doing this allegedly under oath. So one, he has that testimony. Will credibility count? Not if there is corroborative evidence. Because no matter what you say, you can call him a liar. You can say he lied 10 times before this. But the rule of evidence is, just because he did that before doesn't mean he did that this time. Okay? Kasi it's possible for me, for instance, to sit in the same chair every day when I come to class. What if I come to class the next day and decide, okay, I'm just going to sit in the back? Does that mean that my sitting in the back is unreal or not true? Diba? If everybody says I sat in the back, even if I sat in the front every day for most of my life, I can still change that. So no matter how many times he lied before, it doesn't mean that he's lying now, especially if he has evidence to prove all his other allegations. Okay? Guys, huwag na po kayong mag-away tungkol dun sa audio. It's very clear that my audio is loud. It's just some people don't have a strong enough signal for it. Okay? Checking your other, Sabi ni Danny Raf Barican, I'll be amazed if Bikoy can do it in a Senate hearing without reading any papers or script. If he can do that, I will believe him. I wouldn't, because actors can do that also. I can memorize a script, but you will get tripped in the details. For example, what if I suddenly ask, what was Senator Trillanes wearing on a certain day? It's not a good measure of whether or not he's telling the truth, because human memory can be frail. But if he can say that, if he can provide, let's say, pictures of that, or if he can provide other evidence. If I was Bikoy, I wouldn't be bringing out all my evidence now. Okay? Sabi ni, ano ba to? Ting Soreda Funka. Salamat sa maliwanag na pagpapaliwanag sa tulad namin naghahanap ng kaliwanagan. Talaga naman. Tulong! Okay. Sabi ni Amelia Manalo Imay, okay naman daw po yung audio dito sa San Juan. Okay? Tinanong ni Fred Fama, is the condominium key in the form of a regular metal key or a key card? They can always change it if it is a metal key. Actually, they can change it also if it's a key card. The point is, if it looks like a regular key that is used in the condominiums, then that is sufficient because you can explain why it no longer works. Sabi ni J.R. Gadi, and he's right, kahit walang credibility pero may evidence, what we call corroborating evidence, siya dapat patunayan sa korte. Sabi ni Ju Garcia, human nature na ang nagsisinungaling ay umaamin pag di na kaya ng konsyensya. Yung mga konsyensya na yan, oh please, it doesn't work. Seriously, you know why? Most criminals don't want to get caught. There's no such thing as konsyensya. For me, usually yung mga lumalapit na may konsyensya, it's because somebody is coming out to get them. Okay, sabi ni Ray Duque, di kaya baguhin ng condo owner yung lock set pag di mag-fit yung key. Sabi ni Angel Alegre, mas nakakagalit para sa akin yung masangkot ang ilang pare like the Jesuit priest Alejo, Bishop David, and Soc Villegas. Yes, I agree. Pero, you know, since hindi na rin ako masyado nagsisimba, it's no big deal for me. Sabi ni Helena Valenzuela, true noon nagsisinungaling siya, pero now kung may evidence naman to prove yun, sinasabi niya, why not listen to him? Okay. Sabi ni Dalia Ornopia, Bikoy is more credible than Trillanes. Bikoy may be lying, but Trillanes is the god of lies. Yeah. The thing is, Senator Trillanes has attempted so many of these things several times, presenting incredible witnesses after another. Remember, si Matobato, dun sa Senado, itong allegation niya na si Vice, ngayon Congressman Pulong Duterte, ay di umano yung part ng drug syndicate daw sa customs at merong tattoo dun sa kanyang likod ng dragon because member daw siya ng triad. So yung mga ganyang klaseng storya, if you're going to say Bikoy is not credible, then what about Senator Trillanes, who has come up with so many cockamamie stories previous to this, that if he comes out as the accuser of Bikoy, it's going to be one lie against another, or one liar against another. Sabi ni V. Suarez, bibili daw siya maraming popcorn. Okay? So, ulitin po natin, yung narration ni Bikoy starts in August of 2018 where he met with Father Alejo and was hired to be a personal assistant or personal research assistant. At madalas siya doon, and then later on, pinakilala siya dito sa sa Chief of Security ni Trillanes. They talked about yung Bicol Quadrangle, hiningi yung mga dokumento ni Trillanes. Nung bumalik sa kanya, iba na yung storya tungkol na dun sa Duterte family, hindi na masyado tungkol dun sa Bicol Quadrangle, but it was essentially the same story, dagdag na lang yung Duterte family at saka si Senator Bongo. Nagulat siya na, yun nga, na nagbago yung storya, and then they talked about an overall strategy na ilalabas ito, na there will be a social media push, na may launch pa sila at may mga they talked about the online strategy. Yun ang importante din sa kanyang affidavit. It isn't so much talked about, pero nakalagay doon overall strategy, meaning they didn't just intend to upload this, they intended to make this go viral. They intended this to be seen by a lot of people para maraming magalit. So again, we're looking at the intentions of these people. They wanted to incite rage against the Duterte family, and this rage is supposed to propel the removal of the president para makaupo si Vice President Leni. May mga nagtatanong, may mga ibang nagtatanong na is this impeachable for the vice president? Well, yeah, of course. Well, remember, impeachment is a political thing. So, di ba ano yung sinasabi ko before? Impeachment isn't so much about the evidence, but about the numbers. The evidence is there to persuade people. Ngayon, if this is persuasive enough for an impeachment complaint, remember, it doesn't even have to rise to the level of a criminal case, then yes, this can be used to attempt to impeach the vice president. Will it succeed? I don't know. But with supermajorities in both the House and in the Senate, it's possible. Granting the weight of his affidavit, tinatanong ni Vanny Nino, how long will it take to convict those people involved and what will be the punishment? A cyber inciting to sedition is punishable by 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. So, sabi ni sabi ni Tina Fey, sana naman may managot sa mga sangkot dyan, nakakawala ng gana sa hustisya. Well, ako, I'm placing my bet on Secretary Maynard Guevara. Magaling siya. So, sabi ni Ruel Balingkong, ang potential witness yung misis niya and he needs to protect the whole family. I think that the whole family can provide for some corroborating evidence. Diba? Sabi ni, ano ba to? Pwede ba daw ma-convict si Senator Trillanes? Well, he seems to be the main proponent. Assuming na totoo to, he seems to be the main proponent of the entire conspiracy. So, it's possible. Sabi ni Ali Muñez, just curious, Ellen Tordesillas is not in his story kasi hindi kasama dun sa storya ni Bikoy yung social media dissemination. Ang trabaho niya was just to make the video, include his affidavit and all of that, and later on, if possible, kasi kasama dun sa plano, if I'm not mistaken, kasama dun sa plano, yung Bikoy videos, tapos lalabas siya, magpipresenta siya sa IDP, humingi siya ng hearing sa Senado. This was supposed to steamroll into something big. So, it wasn't just that. Yung social media and traditional media side, it's possible that si Miss Ong mismo ang nag-handle nun. She would have been the one dealing with everybody else. Walang sumasagot ng phone ko. Okay. May criminal liability ba yung mga pare sa allegation ni Bikoy or ang Ateneo may liabilities din ba? I'm not sure if they have any criminal liabilities. Kasi kung inciting to sedition, yung author, so all of those people who wrote it, including the scriptwriter, Enteng Romano, and the others who wrote the script, possibly si Miss Yoli Villanueva Ong could be included. So the author, the disseminators, and the publisher. So kung sino yung nag-upload at kung sino, guys, will somebody please answer the phone? Right. I'm so distracted by the phone. Hold on. Give me a moment. Holy cow! Who's this? There you go. So, I'm sorry for the interruption. I never usually get landline calls on this phone. So anyway, so in inciting to sedition, ang mga liable dyan, author, yung nagsulat, yung nag-publish. So pati yung mga videographers, that's part of the publication, yung nag-circulate ng yung nag-circulate ng video or ng seditious speech. So that's part of it. So lahat yon. So kasama ba yung mga pare? Well, we don't know kasi yun nga, tatlo lang yung identifiable dun sa inciting to sedition. What about the Ateneo and De La Salle universities? Well, they can be reviewed administratively. Kasi hindi ka nga dapat hindi ka nga, you're not supposed to make your places of education as areas where crimes can be committed. But I'm not very hopeful about that. Okay? Sabi ni Jean Bolado, Attorney, good afternoon. Trillanes always uses dispensable people for an easy escape like Matobato, etc. Except this time, Advincula is not being handled by Trillanes anymore, meaning he cannot make them run, or can he run away this time. Sana case ni Andres Bautista i-open sa Senate anytime soon. More powers to you and Carambola, especially the late radio hero Jojo Robles. Okay, Andres Bautista is a totally different case altogether. Okay? Okay, sabi ni Chawi, tama si Chawi, meron pang Rodel. Pero apparently Rodel and Bikoy don't know each other. But it was Rodel who created the account, and Rodel can attest to the uploading of the video. And so, Rodel can identify other members of the conspiracy. Ay, huwag niyong kakalimutan i-like and share itong video, itong live na to. Sabi ni Jose Madrigal, ano yung susunod after Bikoy's affidavit? Well, there's probably going to be a Senate or a House hearing after in July or August. Now, in the meantime, tutuloy yung investigation by the PNP and the DOJ on the inciting to sedition and the possibility of a conspiracy to commit sedition. Okay? Tinatanong ni Gil Emmanuel, can the trial court summon all the priests and the nuns to appear before the court for questioning? You can't question them if you don't know exactly what they're going to testify on. In other words, the court can't issue a summons for a fishing expedition. Hindi ko alam kung anong participation nitong Mother at Pari na ito, pero nakita ko sa kasama nila si Bikoy, patawag sila, tapos you ask them to narrate. That's not possible. And you can't do it that way. Pag pinatawag sila, it's because you've already investigated them and you know what their participation has been. Okay? Sabi ni, I cannot read your name because it's in a foreign language, preponderance of evidence lang sa impeachment. Actually, hindi. Walang nakalagay na evidentiary requirement dun sa ano. Para ma-impeach si Lenny and they have the numbers, pag nagkataon, backfire sa kanila yon. After noon ng June 30, wala nang tataguan ng Senado si Trillanes. Yes, but we don't know if he's sitting in the House. Diba? Sabi ni Vaycar, are the Rappler journalists liable? Well, certainly Chay Hofilenia might be, kasi kung maisama siya dun sa conspiracy to commit sedition or inciting to sedition. Remember, ang conspiracy to commit sedition doesn't mean that sedition was committed, but that people came together and planned to commit sedition. And yung sedition includes the removal of a sitting president. Okay. Sabi ni Suni Kagubkob, what about Facebook and YouTube? It was the platform to distribute the videos. Well, I think in the case of libel, may involve sila, especially if the person libeled has asked them to take it down but they didn't. So it's possible, it's a test case. It hasn't happened before, so let's see. I think it's 50-50, it can go either way. Sabi ni Karina Lazaraga, can they legally request for the CCTV footage from Ateneo and use it as evidence? You're presuming that there is CCTV footage. So you can't go on a fishing expedition, like I said. So what you can do is, conduct an investigation and find out if it is likely that one, there is CCTV, two, that the CCTV is going to show this. So you have to have evidence to show that, to be able to get that kind of subpoena. Sabi ni Charlie Aguila, parang case nung sa Misibis. Yes, in the case of Misibis, there's libel. So yun yung kanilang that's why idinamay nila ang Facebook at saka YouTube. Okay, sabi ni Ragnar Love, dapat linisin din ng simbahan ang dumi sa bakuran nila, kaso di na salita ginagawa kundi pera ng mahalaga. Ako, I'm more concerned about their involvement nga in certain crimes like this, inciting to sedition, sedition, ganyan. So, yun, the problem is nawili yung simbahan. Remember before, dami-daming kudeta, dami-daming attempts mag-kudeta, there's a lot of military adventurism. Ang sabi nila is because it came from the EDSA Revolution. Dahil nung EDSA Revolution, nagkaroon ng coup or ng attempt na nagrebelde sina Senator Enrile and other members of the military, and technically they wanted to grab power daw from President Marcos. So, but because Cory sided with them, there was an EDSA revolution, the military's participation in there is enshrined in the Constitution. Kaya sinasabi dun sa ating saligang batas, the military, the AFP is the protector of the people and of the state. Ngayon, the state is composed of several elements, territory, sovereignty, people. So bakit the people and the state? It's because the military supposedly took the side of the people as against state authorities, because in the case of people power, the people were right. Okay? So because we put that in the Constitution, because we recognize that allegedly namihasa daw ang military because they're given the power to choose the people over the state authorities or over the government. Ngayon, bakit ang simbahan ganito? Because their participation in the EDSA revolution was also supposedly historically recognized kasi sila yung humarang ng mga tangke, sila yung humarang ng kung ano-ano. So yung participation nila dito means that they learned to interfere in state events. They learned to interfere dun sa government. They learned to interfere dun sa pagpapatakbo ng gobyerno or ng ating estado. So, nagpa-participate sila ng ganito, namihasa sila. Now, while the military is now being disciplined because their needs are being addressed, paano natin ngayon didisiplinahin ng simbahan? Ang daming nagsasabi na siguro we should tax them. It's going to be difficult to tax the church kasi nga lalaban tayo. We have to change the constitution. So, what we need to do is be able to monitor the church and start implementing penalties. Like masyado tayong ang law enforcement natin, even yung yung civil authorities natin masyadong ilag sa simbahan. So I think it's time that kind of attitude be reversed. Sabi ni Sampaguita Mabango, nasa batas ba na may special privilege ang mga prisoners like Laila at soon si Trillanes na maganda ang jail nila, may aircon TV, etc. at maluwag pa? Well, the general rule is hindi po sila sinasama sa general prison population, sa mga detainees, dahil ang VIP prisoners are more likely to get attacked or extorted from. Sabi ni Suni Kagubkob, could the IP address be used as evidence where the videos are being uploaded? Yes, nagamit na po. Kaya nga po na-identify si Rodel Jaime. Sabi ni Justine Myers, wala nang kakayahan mag-launch ng kudeta si Tililing, kaya ginagamit ang mga pari at social media. No, actually, kaya nila ginagamit was because this is the EDSA formula. And that's the only formula they know. Can Lenny be impeached for this? Sabi ni Jan Aquino, yes, she can be impeached for this. Whether or not it's going to win, we don't know yet kasi hindi pa natin nakikita lahat ng ebidensya tungkol dito. Sabi ni Arnel Alfonso Di Macali, si Baba, anong pwedeng maging part para madiin si Trillanes? Well, he has to provide evidence and his testimony, so that includes his messages and all of that. At i-trace, imbestigahan yung mga people who dealt with Rodel Jaime, how they are related to this bigger conspiracy. San sila dyan? Sabi ni Krisha Shelo, if mapatunayan po lahat ng sinabi ni Bikoy, may chance po bang ma-impeach si Lenny? Like I said, there's always a chance. The question lang is whether you can win it or not. Is there enough numbers? Is there enough evidence to persuade a good number of people? Then I think you can always impeach her. That's not a problem. Remember, impeachment is not the conviction in the Senate. Impeachment is when the House finds probable cause for it to go to the Senate. The Senate is a trial. Right? So when you say she's impeached, that's just the House. Can she be removed? Well, that's what we don't know. She can be impeached. There's enough evidence for that. But can she be removed? That's another story. Sabi ni Josephine Canaya, why would he need to buy those technical stuff when they're recording it in the audio room of the school? The school doesn't have those technical stuff. Okay, kung wala na pong ibang mga tanong, then maraming salamat po sa pagsubaybay dito sa video na to. Don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to like and share, like and follow dun sa Luminous by Trixie Cruz-Angeles and Ahmed Paglinawan. Ang haba na kasi nito. Maraming salamat din sa mga intelihenteng mga tanong. Huwag pong kakalimutan, didiscuss pa rin po natin ito ulit tomorrow, 8 to 10 ng umaga sa Karambola. Why don't you join us there? Maraming salamat. I'll see you again soon.